For Potter County Commissioner Mercy Murguia, public service was less of a decision and more of a calling. As KMR Local 4's Megan Collier explains, her commitment to her community guides her each and every day, and that's what makes her one of our city's remarkable women.
I actually never decided to run, and I still say I didn't decide to run.
8 years ago, with no political ambition,
Do solemnly swear.
the then 32-year-old mother of two was appointed to replace longtime Commissioner Manny Perez.
And so when I was a new commissioner at the time, I would have a lot of my elected colleagues say, I feel like you're everywhere. You're on every board or every committee. And I jokingly said, well, I was there before. You just didn't know I didn't have a title, right?
Murguia's passion for her community runs deep.
And I remember knocking on doors, and I would have a lot of the people that would go to the restaurant that are now retired, and they would say, Mija, are you even old enough to vote yet? And I would say, yes, I'm old enough to vote. But it was interesting because I was their little car hop a long time ago, right?
She was born and raised in Amarillo, a first-generation high school and college graduate. This, she says, gives her a unique perspective.
It's been an amazing chapter of my life. I have learned so much. I hope that we have made real change. I hope that we have planted seeds. I think one of the most frustrating parts is sometimes how long things take to get done, and that you're one voice on the table, right?
And there's only so much time in a day. Murguia works full-time from home for a company based in Seattle. This, she says, allows her the flexibility to be in public service.
It makes for very long days, so I don't want to say it's very glamorous at all, right?
Her two children have grown up in this world of public process. She recalls an interaction with one of her sons years ago.
I remember one of the security officers stopping him and saying, young man, are you here with the commissioner? And he was very young at the time and said, well, yes, but I just call her mom.
It's a balancing act, admittedly, that isn't perfect, but it's one she wouldn't change.
And there's a trade-off that comes with some of that. So hopefully, in the end, all of that kind of shakes out. But I like to think that they're learning lessons that I would not be able to teach them otherwise.
So what's the next chapter in Murguia's book? She's not quite sure. She's hopeful, though, that her service inspires others to live a life committed to the place they love.
So people often ask me, is it fun? What do you think? And I always say, well, I feel like it's very necessary.
In Amarillo, Megan Collier, KAMR, Local 4 News.
Now, Murguia says that she gets a lot of help from her kids, adding she doesn't think there's one policy idea she's presented that she hasn't first ran by her 17-year-old son. That's so cool. To see the nomination letter for Murguia and to learn more about the other remarkable women in Amarillo, make sure you visit myhighplains.com.